60% of the time, it works. Every time. Let us know where you've seen it in the comments down below, but for now, let's get on with the show. Hi guys, welcome to Ask the Camera Guy. My name is Steven, the Camera Guy, and today we're going to be talking about something that can help everybody, rule of thirds. Alright, so normally when people take pictures of you, sometimes it doesn't look very professional at all. We all have the problem where we give somebody our phones and say, hey, just snap a quick snap of me and see me in this nice cool place. But sometimes they do a lot and we can't really explain what it is that they're doing wrong, but it usually has a lot to do with framing because the camera handles mostly everything anyway. Go figure. Alright, so today I want to show you guys a couple tips that you could use, which is really one tip, and that's using the rule of thirds. Now, normally the problem with framing is that you have either too much headroom, which is that the camera is like facing way up in the air and including a lot of extra information that has nothing to do with anything, or has too much nose room, which is room from side to side. Maybe they put you too far left or too far right, or maybe you just smack them in the middle. Now, with this show, we usually shoot the show very much in the middle. There's a psychological reason for doing this, but let's go beyond, because this is not your photograph. It's a web show. So let's not compare it to that. So what is the rule of thirds and how could it help you? Well, the rule of thirds could help you not to have too much headroom or too much nose room, or put your nose room or your side room and put people right in a good space to take good pictures. Now, the way to use the rule of thirds is to divide your screen into 9 equal parts. So it'll look like a tic-tac-toe board or, whatever. And what you're gonna try to do is to put your subject right on the intersection, on the top left or the top right-hand corner, all right? And when you do that, what you do is you put them in a good part of the frame, okay? You put them in a place where they could communicate with the rest of the environment and so on and so forth. Now, the rule of thirds is not a hard and fast rule. I use it for most of my photography, especially when I'm doing documentary sort of photography, but you could use it when you're taking pictures of your family or your friends. If your friends are in a place that's interesting and they hand you the camera phone and say, hey, snap a picture of me, what you could do is you could put imaginary lines and you could put them in one intersection of that line, all right? If you have multiple people in the frame, it still works because then you could keep them at least on the top third horizon of the frame, which is putting them on the top line, horizontal line of the frame. And that keeps them in a good place where they are not too high, not too low, and it kind of centers out and everybody can understand what you're trying to take a picture of. Rule of thirds, the reason it works is psychological, and I'm not gonna go too deep in this, but I'm just gonna say, when it comes to human beings, we look at our pictures in a certain way. We usually go from top left, we go right down the frame, we go in a zigzag, back up to the top of the frame, and down. Now, if you put anything in that zigzag motion, that Z, that sideways Z, it creates emphasis and interest in a place that people find to be comfortable. And psychologically, it's been proven to work. Now, when would you not use the rule of thirds? Well, if you don't have a problem with shooting right snap dab in the middle, which if you want your subject to stand out and have no relation whatsoever to the background, you can put them right snap dab in the middle. And that works fine. It's just to understand why you're doing that. Now, as to not complicate the beef, we're here to talk about the rule of thirds, not the exceptions to the rule. The rule of thirds could save your butt in a lot of situations and just keep you from having too much headroom in a frame. All right, guys, we hope that helps, and we hope the examples help. And we want to tell you guys to have a very nice day or night or whatever you're doing. And you could use the rule of thirds for when you're taking your snapshots to make slightly better snapshots, okay? So if you like the advice that we give on this channel, feel free to subscribe and share and leave a comment down in the comment bar. Press the bell icon if you want to know every time we upload a new video. And I am Steven Smith, your camera guy, and feel free to ask me anything you want. As usual, peace, no gang signs, guys. Secret confession, I hate doing secret confessions.